Good morning. Welcome to Letting Go in 2019. I am reading from the book, The Language of Letting Go by Melody Beattie, 1990. Panic. Few situations, no matter how greatly they appear to demand it, can be bettered by us going berserk. That came from Codependent No More. Don't panic. A swimmer was crossing a great lake, then suddenly focused too heavily on the distance remaining. He might start to flounder and go under. Not because he couldn't swim, but because he became overwhelmed by panic. Panic, not the task, is the enemy. Many of us have moments when we feel crowded and overwhelmed. We have times when we feel like we cannot possibly accomplish all that needs to be done. We may be facing a task at work, an improvement in ourselves, or a change in our family life. For a moment, it is helpful to look forward and envision the project. It is normal when we look ahead at what needs to be done to have moments of panic. Feel the fear, then let it go. Take our eyes off the future and the enormity of the task. If we have envisioned the goal, it will be ours. We do not have to do everything today or at once. Focus on today. Focus on the belief that all is well. All we need to do to reach our goal is to focus on what presents itself naturally and in an orderly way to us today. We shall be empowered to accomplish peacefully what we need to get where we want to be tomorrow. Panic will stop this process. Trust and guided action will further it. Breathe deeply, get peaceful, trust. Act as guided today. We can get back on track by treading water until we regain our composure. Once we feel peaceful, we can begin swimming again with confidence. Keep the focus simple, on one stroke, one movement at a time. If we can make one movement, we have progressed. If we get tired, we can float, but only if we are relaxed. Before we know it, we shall reach the shore. Today, I will believe that all is well. I am being led, but I shall only be led one day at a time. I will focus my energy on living this day to the best of my ability. If panic arises, I will stop all activity and deal with panic as a separate issue. I loved the word picture that they used in this reading of somebody trying to swim and panic, swimming a long distance, and then finally realizing if I just hold still and be peaceful, I can float until I feel strong enough to swim again. That is so much like life. But it also brings me back to when I was a synchronized swimmer, actually a synchronized swimming teacher for a while. I remember teaching the class. I remember being very nervous that all these people, their lives depended on me to help them do the proper swim moves, to get under the water, to get back up again, to not drown in the process. That's a lot of responsibility for somebody that was, I think I was like 19 years old, to watch a whole class full of people doing a swim act and to make sure that they were all either treading water or swimming or all linked together and coming back up and being able to breathe when they got to the surface. I remember also being that person. Well, I had a purpose, but I was that person treading water until I could swim again. I remember years later in college when I took a swim class and panicking because I was having seizures during the swim class. And as I would go under the water, I would be having brain seizures and telling myself, this is okay, you're going to be all right. Just get to the other side, get the class done, and then you'll be okay. I got a double A class, and that's A plus in that swimming class, incidentally. But I remember the struggle and the panic and the worry that I was going to drown under that water while my brain was seizing and I was swimming. I just kept telling myself, go towards the goal, go towards the goal. Don't focus on where you're at. Don't focus on what's happening. Just look to that wall and keep swimming to it. And somehow, some way, by the grace of God, I got through that swimming class, got the double A plus, and was able to breathe again and be out of the pool. So it's important to remember that for life, that if you feel like you're drowning, you feel like you're going under, to focus on that goal straight ahead. And don't panic about where you are now, and float for a little while if you have to until you're strong enough to swim again and reach the goals that you have in mind. I hope this helped somebody today. God bless you. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next Letting Go in 2019.